Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I am here with home fragrance empties for the last week. I have some Scentsy as well as Vendor wax, and I don't have a ton of vendors this week. I have K's, Lavender and Speckles, the Candle Nurse, Second and Spruce, and Knowles. But we will start with the Scentsy bars that I went through. First up, I melted a Fiddle Leaf Fig. This was just available in the clearance on May 1st, and they had a plethora of bars that I had never heard of. Just grabbed one of these because I'm not always the biggest fig fan. Amy says this one smells like dead ladybugs. I don't know what a dead ladybug smells like, but this is a very strong green earthy scent. I do like this bar. I have it going in my living room right now, and it is strong. I think it's been in for a day. I bet it will go at least another day, if not multiple days after that. I can see where she's coming from with it. There is something kind of, I don't know what the right word is. It's very earthy. I like it because I love scents like that, like the dirt, the earth, the grass. But I could see where she's coming from, that this could be slightly off-putting to some people. Not one that I think I need any more of, but I'm enjoying it in the living room, and I'm glad to have tried it. And now I know what a dead ladybug smells like. Apparently, I enjoyed that scent. Blackberry Meringue. This was from a Bring Back My Bar. I really like this one. I had this bar years ago, and so when it came back, I was excited to see it. This is a very sweet blackberry fig scent. The fig is very present. The name Blackberry Meringue, I think, is a little bit misleading because there's nothing meringue about this to me. It is a softer blackberry, but I feel like it's blackberries and fig. It's a really pretty bar. It's a great performer. I melted this in my kitchen one day. I think I bought a 6-pack when this was available, so I know I have more of that one left. Then from maybe that same Bring Back My Bar, melted Breakfast Blend. Okay, this bar actually holds kind of a special place in my heart now because I think this was the scent that kind of started getting me intrigued about coffee and getting me into coffee a little bit. I am not really a coffee fan in wax, and Scentsy in general, I don't feel like does coffee well at all. Well, they brought this bar out to Bring Back My Bar, and I think this is a really nice coffee. And I remember other people agreeing during this time of Bring Back My Bar that they thought this was a good coffee scent too from Scentsy. It just is like a sweet roasted coffee. It's really pretty. I liked this one a lot. And honestly, as it was melting throughout the day, I kept thinking, man, I wish I had more of that. And that is so surprising to me to want to have more of a coffee blend. So I might have one more bar of breakfast blend, but that's it. And I wish I would have grabbed some more, but that's okay. I've got a couple other coffee scents from various vendors, and maybe this one will come back at some point, but really enjoyed breakfast blend. I think that's a very nice roasted coffee. And then the last for Scentsy, and I will kind of use this as a transition into vendor wax, and we'll talk vendor and Scentsy at the same time, is Almond Croissant. So I did a video a little bit ago, a month or so ago, about a dupe for Almond Croissant from K's Scented Wax Melts. And I did that video just sharing everything on cold sniff for Almond Croissant because vendor wax, if you're unfamiliar, if you're just a Scentsy person, sometimes needs cure time. If it's a fresh pour, it needs time for all of those oils to kind of sit and meld together, and just it gets stronger as it cures. So I didn't want to immediately get my package and then put it into the warmers. I wanted these to sit. Well, obviously this week I decided it's been about a month of sitting, and I wanted to compare them and see what they did on warm. So Almond Croissant from Scentsy. I got this bar from Natalie. And then I did 2 bars, and I did them on different days. 2 bars of Kay's version of Almond Croissant. And her version says buttery croissant, almond, cinnamon, and sugar. I said this when I did my video on this bar and just talking about my cold sniff impression, that I liked Kay's version better, and I do. Kay's performed better. The Almond Croissant from Scentsy to me was on the lighter side, medium to light side. It wasn't super strong. I mean, this was a pretty juicy bar. Hasn't been around for a while, but I don't really see when bars get juicy that my performance gets affected per se. This was like a light to medium throw. Kay's was a powerhouse. I did the 2 clamps throughout the open concept. This was so strong. And honestly, I just like the scent better. This one I feel like leans maybe a touch more bakery than Scentsy's Almond Croissant. And when I say a touch, I just mean a touch. Very subtle in any sort of differences. But I like the slightly heavier bakery aspect that I get from Carla's version of this scent. This was gorgeous. And I will say, I've never been a huge Almond Croissant fan from Scentsy because I'm not really a big almond person in wax, but I loved this so much. Like, I would go right now on the website and I might go buy multiple bags of it. Even if you don't know anything about Almond Croissant and, you know, you're not trying to compare, if you like almond bakery, get this. This was fantastic. Amazing. And I love that Carla's website is open, you know, pretty much 24/7. I think she closes down around the holidays or things like that. But for the most part, her site is open 24/7. This was beautiful. It was a perfect almond bakery day. Loved it so very much. So wanted to follow up on that after I warmed them, that I can still attest to that being just such an amazing dupe. So that was it for Scentsy. I will continue with my Kay's Empties. I finished off a sample that she sent in Bamboo Sugarcane. This was really pretty, and this is very strong. You definitely get the sweet sugarcane from it. It almost reminds me of a mojito, where it's kind of minty and fresh. You get the green notes from the bamboo, and it's like you poured a ton of sugar into a cocktail, like to make a mojito. It is incredibly sweet. You really get the sugar cane. If you like fresh scents, this would be a great, you know, bedroom, bathroom type of fragrance. Melted, one of my all-time favorites from her, and that is Tea and Cakes. I think her Tea and Cakes, I know it's a simple scent, it's kind of basic, but I love it. It performs well. It is beautiful. White cake, orange, almond, and a hint of black tea. Oh, it is so good. If you like fruity, kind of citrusy, sweet scents, if you've never tried Tea and Cakes, it is gorgeous. This is great on its own. It's great as a blender. Love her Tea and Cakes so much. Then a couple of new ones to me. This one is Sleepy Seas. Looks like it was a customer creation. This one is Salty Sea Air, Lavender, and Marshmallow. I loved this. I put this in my bedroom. I really got the lavender and I really got the Salty Sea Air. What a beautiful, clean, fresh scent. I don't know if I would consider this a bedtime scent. I mean, it's called Sleepy Seas, so that name plus the lavender kind of make me think nighttime, soothing, relaxing. I wouldn't necessarily say that. I think this is a great daytime, bright, fresh bedroom, bathroom scent, because the Salty Sea Air, to me at least, is very rejuvenating and uplifting. I love this. I would definitely get more of that. And then Natalie highly, highly recommended arugula to me. And I knew that I probably would really enjoy this just based on the notes. Arugula, bergamot, basil, green leaf, lily, and lime. I think this is the only clamshell I have of it. And I wish I would have gotten more. This is so pretty. This is such a nice, herbaceous, fresh green scent. I put this in my bedroom. This probably is more appropriate for a kitchen scent, but I actually enjoyed it in my bedroom. So I mentioned this in a couple Empties videos, I think, but I recently got new bedroom furniture and the scent of the furniture is slowly dissipating. But you know, when you get a new piece of furniture, you get a lot of like wood furniture smells. And so my bedroom has been kind of hard for me to scent in the last month or two because I'm just getting those wood smells so strong. But it's slowly dissipating and I'm able to smell the wax better. I put this one in my bedroom and I don't know, you guys, something about the woody bedroom furniture mixed with the fresh green kind of herbaceous scent of this clam. I loved the combination and I kept going into my room being like, what is that? It smelled so dang good. So highly recommend this if you like those types of fresh, green, clean scents. Okay, let's do Knowles. I only have one from Knowles this week, and that is in a brittle of Beach Evenings. This has become my favorite beach night blend of all time. Beach Nights is probably the scent, if I just had to melt one scent profile or one kind of note, what would it be? And it would be Beach Nights. His is extra super special, and I think it's the ginger in here. So this is roasted marshmallow, sea salt, ginger blossom, vanilla, and driftwood. Maybe it's the driftwood as well. There's something so much brighter and fresher about this Beach Nights when compared to other vendors' Beach Nights. And don't get me wrong, I love a Beach Nights no matter who it comes from. But this one just is a different take. So fresh, but you also get the creaminess and the saltiness of kind of a traditional Beach Nights. This is a powerhouse performer. I could not recommend his Beach Evenings enough if you like Beach Nights. I think I have a loaf of that and I'm really, really happy about it because that's not one that I want to be without. Okay, from the Candle Nurse, I went through a couple of samples. So I put these in my third bedroom. So that third bedroom that I have one warmer in there and the door to that room stays closed. And so it's a great way to test samples or just test scents in general that you're not sure about. And so I put a little basket of samples in there and then just every day or every couple of days, I'm changing the wax out with some samples. So I went through Only You. This is iris root, pink pepper, ambrette, and musk. This one was pretty. This was very floral, almost leaned a little bit powdery floral to me in some ways. It's hard sometimes. I think that's a good space to test samples because I can kind of control when I smell it, but then at the same time, you're not really engulfed in the scent, you know? So I could see me enjoying this one in a larger concept, but just going in and smelling this one, it's not one that I feel like I have to have, but it was a pretty floral fragrance. Cranberry and Smoke. This is Frosty Cranberries, Red Delicious Apple, Palo Santo, and Smoky Vanilla Embers. This one wasn't my favorite, and it seemed like it would be one that I would really enjoy. I love smoky scents. I love kind of fruity or Christmassy scents blended with smoke. But these two together just didn't mesh well for me. I feel like you got a really tart, sharp, kind of sweet, you know, cranberry, and then you got smoke. And I was looking for them to kind of co-inhabit better. I felt like it was just two notes that were very strong that didn't mingle very well, if that makes sense. Maybe if the smoke was a little bit sweeter and wasn't so intense. This was a very strong, heavy hitting smoke. So not a bad scent. It was good and I enjoyed it while it was in that warmer, but just not one that I would get any more of. And then Aurora Borealis. So this is one I've heard a lot about recently and I was curious on trying it, and so I'm really grateful that I got a sample of it. This is Purple Sugar, which I believe is just a blend of pink and blue sugar. Smoky Vanilla Embers, Palo Santo, and Beach Nights, the Bath & Body Works type. I really like this. I really, really like this. Kind of makes me think of Trickin' and Treatin' from Teddy B's, because that scent is Beach Nights and Purple Sugar. It's just Beach Nights with the added sugar note, and it was really, really good. Probably not one I need more of, just because I feel like it is so similar to stuff I already have, but this was really pretty in the warmers. Purple Sugar I like because it adds a sweetness to a scent, but you don't pick out pink sugar or blue sugar per se. I think they mix really well. Maybe it's a balance thing. You know, you have the masculine blue sugar and the feminine pink sugar, and the way those mix together just so nicely that I can't pinpoint any one type. Plus you get the creamy, salty Beach Nights. This was gorgeous. Really enjoyed this one. And I can see why so many people like it. From Second and Spruce, some really, really great ones. Finished off this sample in Lost at Sea. So this is Ocean Waves, Sea Breeze, Grassy Dunes, and Dark Berries. I love this scent. I love it. I love it. This one is the one that I've mentioned before that really reminds me of Jaws Super Tarts. If you are looking to get your hands on that and you can't, and this one's available, try this. I'm not saying they're exactly, but they're pretty darn close. It really reminds me of Jaws. So something about the salty air, the aquaticness of this, and then you're getting some sweetness from the berries. Loved this so, so much. And then I finished off a mini loaf in Beach Party Pooper. So this one is Beach Party, which is her Beach Nights type. Sweet lavender, strawberry pound cake, sugar cookies, buttercream, and a hint of strawberry puree. So on cold, I felt like I got a lot of Beach Nights and just like a little bit of lavender, a little bit of strawberry. On warm, the Beach Nights, or not the Beach Nights, sorry, the lavender just exploded. This was such a beautiful, sweet lavender Beach Nights. I'm so glad that the lavender really came out on warm. It really shone so nicely. This was gorgeous. Love the combination of those two notes. Did I get a lot of strawberry from it? I don't think so. I mean, there's strawberry pound cake, strawberry puree, but what I'm really getting is the Beach Nights and the lavender. Oh my goodness, this is amazing. Okay, and then lastly, we have Lavender and Speckles. I feel like I'm gonna be the worst reviewer ever because I don't have a lot of unique thoughts on a lot of these. So I went through a lot of the sampler pieces from the Rain sampler, as well as, what was this one that Amy did? What was this one called? English Countryside sampler. And I don't have that many unique thoughts because I ended up melting a lot of these kind of together in the same space. So they're all blending together for me. So the one day I did Dreaming of Him, which is Rain and Palo, and then Handsome, which is Rain, Stainless Steel, Smoked Cedar, and Oud. Beautiful day. What I will say about the Rain ones is the Rain oil is incredibly strong, and I don't feel like I really could pinpoint Palo, Stainless Steel, etc. But the Rain oil is so good. I wish that I could smell the other scents in these blends a little bit, but loved the Rain in both of those. I have 4 from the English Countryside sampler. So first up is North Downs. This is Gardenia Apples, White Tea and Sage. super fresh, super clean. Definitely got a lot of the sage in this, bright and crisp. Then we have White Cliffs of Dover. This one's High Tide, Beechwood, and White Tea. This one definitely getting like an aquatic fragrance from it. Again, very, very fresh. All of these lean very fresh and kind of crisp, clean, bright. Brighton. White Oak and Vanilla, Velvet Vanilla, Spiced Honey, and Patchouli. This one is probably the most unique out of the ones that I've melted here in this Empties. The patchouli is so nice, and it's very kind of calm and sweet. So maybe it's the honey, maybe it's that velvet vanilla. But this would be a great scent to try if you are new to patchouli, or maybe patchouli scares you and you want just to smell a little bit of patchouli to kind of dip your toe in the water and see, but you don't want it to be super in your face. This is not a dirty patchouli or anything like that. There's Rip. Hi, buddy. Derbyshire. This one's lemongrass, lavender, and vanilla. Sandalwood. Lemongrass is very heavy in this one. Very, very bright citrusy. You definitely have to like lemongrass. I enjoyed this because it's a great bedroom type fragrance. Very fresh and clean, but not a huge lemon person, so probably not one that I would get again. But I've really been enjoying going through all of those samplers. Then I melted a clam of Lavender Surf. This is Vanilla Surf, Sweet Lavender, and Palo Santo. I really just got the surf from this. So her Vanilla Surf is her take on Vanilla Waves from Scentsy, and I feel like that's what I was getting from this. I don't really remember getting lavender or Palo. I just remember that kind of creamy, salty caramel, vanilla heavy scent, which is good. I enjoy that scent. I like it. I like her Lavender Surf, but I do wish that the Sweet Lavender maybe would have come out a little bit more. So probably not one I would get again. And then lastly, from her Pride and Prejudice collection, I melted, I can read. So this was one of her like brittle bars. This was the first one that I had melted. This is Downy Blue, Beach Marshmallow, Palo, Lavender, and Coconut Milk. So this one is going in my kitchen currently, and it is gorgeous. It's absolutely beautiful. Although the only scent I'm really getting is the Downy Blue. So that is a laundry type fragrance, which is fine. It's incredibly fresh and crisp and clean, and it smells like I just cleaned my house. But I would have liked for the laundry to be a little more subdued and the beach marshmallow or the lavender to kind of come out a little bit more. But still a really good scent. And Downy Blue is, I think, my favorite laundry scent out there. It leans a little bit more aquatic in nature, I guess whatever the blue portion of it is. A little bit more aquatic in nature and isn't as kind of sharp in your face laundry. So definitely enjoying that one. But that is it. Those are my empties for the last week. We're heading into the weekend here. Today is Friday morning, so getting ready for one more day of work, heading into the weekend, and yeah, I got a wedding this weekend and just lots of stuff going on. But thank you guys so very much for watching. I hope that you're having a great day, and I will see you very soon in my next one. Bye.